Hi campers, it's Miss Yaz from Camp Quarantine and it's picture book time. Today is brought to you by the cutest little spider and his name is Andy Webb. Okay, so the title is Andy Webb Artist and I'll just let you zoom in. He is a spider that lives at an art gallery and this beautiful book is by Maree Coote. And it is so cute, okay? I'll follow this video up with an activity if anyone's keen. But for now, I will read you the story. So Andy Webb, artist. I don't know if any of you guys can recognize this face behind here. It looks like the Mona Lisa to me. So let's find out. Are you ready? Maybe some of you have felt like Andy Webb. I certainly have, I think, sometimes. Andy Webb, artist. Okay. Ooh, where are they? Do you guys recognize any of the artwork? So good. Okay. So here he is up here. Andy Webb lived in the National Gallery. He loved to draw. At night, he came down from his web to study the artworks. When I grow up, I'd like to be an artist, thought Andy. Any of you guys want to be an artist like Andy Webb? So here he is up here. And every night he comes to look at the art in the art gallery. Andy's father was an engineer and his mum was a spin doctor. But Andy had always been creative. You'll struggle with colour, worried Andy's dad. No spider in history has ever managed it. Better off becoming a web developer. That's kind of funny for the adults. Humbug, said Andy's mum. Art is all about ideas, and our Andy has a unique point of view. So there's Andy. Maybe I could draw faces like Leonardo, thought Andy, and he began to practice by tracing the artworks up and down, along and around. So there's the Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. And can you see he's tracing her outline? It kind of reminds me of Salventius's continuous line drawings because he's literally just doing lines on top of the artworks. Or maybe I could draw figures like Michelangelo, he thought, and he traced along the contours of muscles and shoulders and limbs. Oh, I love this. Have a look at what he's tracing. The muscles and the arms and the legs. Oh, it looks like that when you take away the image. Oh, I love it. Awesome. Andy took lessons from all the great painters, tracing his way across purple skies, through windows and into blue rooms. It's Van Gogh like we learnt about just the other day. There's, it looks like Starry Night, and there's his bedroom in Arles, and Andy is tracing everything and surfing his web across the raging seas. There's Hokusai's Great Wave. Oh, he's loving all the tracing. The more he studied the masterpieces, the more he learned about technique and composition. But it was colour that attracted Andy at every turn, especially red, he discovered, and he tried his best to stay inside the lines. Who gets told to stay inside the lines when you're colouring? I know I have been. Sometimes when I'm rushing, they go outside the lines. But look at his beautiful webs. Oh, that's a funny one. On all of these art pieces. So amazing. And look at this one on the house. And he's even done Mondrian's there, tracing those rectangles. And he practiced figure drawing with a life model, trying hard to capture natural reality. And he studied abstract art, which was nothing like reality. His head filled with colourful ideas, but his web stayed white. His web's white, but look at what he's done with his web. Look at this abstract one. I'll show you this one first, actually. And then, oh, look at all his hands. So clever. And feet. And look at his abstract. His web's white, but his drawings are getting more and more interesting. It's Picasso there. I love it. Okay. Maybe I could draw shapes from my imagination, he wondered. Is that Juan Miro? We've learned a lot about these artists, guys. I love it. Or do a self-portrait like Frida. He thought they were both a little bit hairy and a little bit handsome. I love it. A little bit hairy and a little bit handsome. So there's Juan Miro. We've learnt about him. There's Frida. And I'll give you a close-up of him tracing Juan Miro's. And look, he's got the Juan Miro figures in there. And there's Frida, her face, drawing her eyebrows. Love it. Actually, there's a little, I think that's supposed to be Frida too. Awesome. And although dots were difficult, they weren't as hard as colour. So Andy tried his very best. This is Roy Lichtenstein over here. And he's tracing every single dot. Can you see that? So Roy's artwork looked like pop. Like it's pop art and it's got lots of dots like a comic. I love it. Excellent. Andy was bursting with ideas for artworks of his own, but he knew Dad was right. No spider had ever worked in colour. Webs are white, he finally accepted. I won't ever be as bright as Andy Warhol. So there's him dreaming about being like Andy Warhol. But he still made the webs out of it. Oh, there's the Campbell's suit. There we go. I love this. Okay, what's next? It was just then that Andy noticed something wonderful in the dark gallery. Looking up from his point of view, he could see the lights were full of colour. Andy was inspired. He hurried home to his web to try out his new idea. So check out all of these webs and all the things that he's traced. I wonder what he's figured out. Look at all these webs. Oh, Andy. Amazing. Okay. Wow. I don't even want to read it yet. I just want you to look. Check out what Andy Webb has done. It's amazing. Oh my goodness. I wouldn't like to walk into this web, to be fair. Webs are really sticky. Okay, it says, using the backdrop of gallery lights to fill his web with colour, Andy mounted his own exhibition featuring celebrity insects, famous bugs of history, and a portrait of his mother. Where's his mum? Oh, I think that's her. Cute. And I think I see Spider-Man there. I see all these other famous pieces of art. He's got some insects there. Looks Egyptian, that one. Isn't he clever? Art is like a spider web. Andy realised. It all depends on how you look at it. Mum was thrilled. Dad was impressed. And everyone could see a very colourful future ahead for Andy Webb, artist. And here he is, on the final page with a portrait. And he's even got wings there. Isn't that amazing? So this book is all about a spider who dreams of being an artist and he lives in an art gallery. So what we're going to do is an activity to do with Andy Webb. So I'll see you on the next video. All right, bye guys.